Europe stands at a crossroads, a pivotal moment in its history where the choices made today will shape the future for generations to come. Haunted by the spectre of conflict, the continent is reminded of the fragility of peace and the ease with which it can be shattered. The ongoing crisis in Ukraine has cast a long shadow across the continent, shattering decades of relative peace and prosperity. The echoes of war reverberate through the streets, a stark contrast to the tranquility that once prevailed. The images of destruction and suffering emanating from Ukraine are a stark reminder of Europe's own vulnerability. Families torn apart, homes reduced to rubble, and lives forever changed by the relentless march of conflict. Fear and uncertainty have gripped the hearts of many as the continent grapples with the reality of a new era of geopolitical instability. Conversations in cafes, homes and workplaces are dominated by the anxiety of what the future holds. The conflict in Ukraine is not merely a regional dispute, it strikes at the very heart of the European security order. The presence of troops and military equipment serves as a constant reminder of the precariousness of the current situation. Russia's actions have challenged the fundamental principles of territorial integrity and national sovereignty, principles upon which the post-World War II European order was built. The aggressive maneuvers and territorial advances have sent shockwaves through the international community. The crisis has exposed the fragility of peace and the ever-present threat to European stability. In the face of adversity, European citizens have shown remarkable solidarity with Ukraine, standing together in the hope that unity and resilience will prevail over division and conflict. In the face of this unprecedented challenge, France has emerged as a leading voice calling for a stronger and more assertive European Union. French President Emmanuel Macron has been at the forefront of this movement, emphasizing the need for Europe to take its destiny into its own hands. He believes that a united and resilient Europe is essential for facing the multifaceted threats of the modern world. French President Emmanuel Macron has long advocated for greater European strategic autonomy, arguing that the continent can no longer rely solely on the United States for its security. He has consistently highlighted the importance of Europe developing its own defense capabilities and reducing its dependency on external powers. Macron's vision includes a Europe that is not only economically strong but also capable of defending its values and interests on the global stage. The crisis in Ukraine has only served to reinforce this belief. The ongoing conflict has exposed the vulnerabilities and limitations of Europe's current security framework. It has underscored the urgent need for a cohesive and robust European defense strategy that can respond effectively to such crises. Macron has used this situation to rally support for his vision of a more self-reliant Europe. France's vision for a more secure Europe centres on bolstering the EU's defence capabilities and forging closer military cooperation among member states. This includes joint military exercises, shared intelligence, and coordinated defence initiatives. Macron envisions a Europe where member states work together seamlessly to protect their collective security and sovereignty. Macron has called for a significant increase in defence spending and the creation of a rapid reaction force capable of responding swiftly and decisively to emerging threats. He believes that by investing in advanced military technology and enhancing the readiness of European forces, the EU can better safeguard its citizens and maintain stability in the region. This proactive approach aims to ensure that Europe is prepared to face any challenge that may arise in the future. France's push for a more muscular European defence posture, however, has not been met with unanimous enthusiasm. The French government envisions a Europe that is more self-reliant in terms of defence, capable of responding to crises without always depending on external powers. While many member states recognise the need for greater European security cooperation, there are differing views on the best path forward. Some advocate for a stronger, more unified European defence force, while others prefer to enhance existing structures within NATO. The debate is not just about military capabilities, but also about political sovereignty and strategic autonomy. Some countries, particularly those in Eastern Europe, remain wary of any move that could be perceived as undermining NATO's collective defence guarantee. These nations, often closer to potential threats, see NATO as a crucial security umbrella and are cautious about any initiatives that might weaken this alliance. The debate over European defense is further complicated by the issue of burden sharing. Wealthier nations are often expected to contribute more, but this expectation can lead to tensions and disagreements over what constitutes a fair share. France has long argued that European nations need to shoulder a greater share of the defense burden, reducing their reliance on the United States. This perspective is driven by a desire for greater European strategic autonomy and the belief that Europe should be able to defend its own interests independently. Yet, achieving a more equitable distribution of defense spending among EU member states remains a significant challenge. Differences in economic capacity, political will, and strategic priorities make it difficult to reach a consensus. The quest for a balanced and effective European defense strategy continues to be a complex and evolving issue.